Welcome to another exciting episode of Girl Talk. I'm Elizabeth Vargas.
Andrew Vargas.
Christina Wright.
Jody Silva.
Emily Simpson.
We have a star-studded group with us today. First up, we have Emily, the one, the only Emily, back with us. Thanks
Hello.
for being here.
Of course.
You are our Andrew's and my very, very first ever.
Yes, I remember. I think we talked about Bigfoot and maybe aliens. I don't know.
Conspiracy theories and just everything. I mean, wasn't it it was daily logic check.
Yeah, but it wasn't logical. It was everything but.
Well, we've grown a little bit since you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, It's kind of it's more of a studio now. Instead of a storage unit, I made it my studio.
I like it.
Yeah, we got coffee now.
Now I know where to go when Shane irritates me. I'm just going to come here.
Come here and hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's couches back there and everything.
Perfect. There's a glam room over here. I need nothing else.
Well, there's champagne too, so just in case.
There you go.
No, and then I have, Christina's been great on the show. We brought her on to do Girl Talk, which is all kind of fun, current events, talking, and she works with a ton of housewives with what she does for a living. So the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
And Jody's a really good friend of yours.
I don't know. I've never seen her before in my life.
I have no
idea who she is.
So how do you guys know each other?
Jody, I've known Jody for years now. It's been
I actually
like
met you
7 years, I think.
before you was a housewife.
Yeah, I met her at some event. I don't even remember what it was. And Jody walked up. Didn't you smack me on my ass? I don't even know her. I think she just came up and smacked me on my ass.
So I walk into this event, and Orange County's full of beautiful people, but I walk into this event and Emily really stood out. And I walked by her and I was like, damn, that ass is so good. So I turned around and just smacked it. And we had that moment, like, I think we would become best friends.
Yeah, we've been
And that was
best
it.
friends over
Do we
time.
just become best friends?
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
That wouldn't work for me if I did that.
No, definitely
No,
not.
you would have assault charges.
Yes, exactly. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew and I were so excited you were coming back because I told Andrew, so he's in Washington, he had his daughter, so he switched weeks. We got him down here the day you were here. I'm like, Andrew, you got to fly down. Emily's here. She's our staple. She's our solid rock here. So he wore his dumb shirt for you.
I love all his dumb shirts.
It's like, your secrets are safe with me because there's a good chance.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
know.
listening.
Yeah, I think that's typical. Like Shane could wear the same shirt and it would have the same. I mean, he doesn't listen to anything. That's why people are like, don't tell anyone. And I'm like, well, I'll tell Shane. But then it stops with Shane because it goes no further because he probably isn't listening to anything I'm saying.
Did he ever start working out? Like remember you said last time, you're like, I need Shane to start doing something.
Yes. It was last week. I actually texted a personal trainer I used to work out with for years, and I texted him and I just made an appointment for Shane with a personal trainer. And then I was like, by the way, you have an appointment at 6 a.m. tomorrow at Lifetime.
What kind of training?
It doesn't matter. I don't care what he's doing. It's like something.
As
Just
long as he's doing something.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's not only just like a physical thing, but it's also a health thing. I mean, he's 49. He's going to be 50. And
He does look good.
he doesn't age at all,
No,
does
he
he?
doesn't.
He looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
He's 40. He's my age. He's 49.
Well, yeah, I'm 48. I'm going to be 49.
Oh, I thought you were 10
Very
years
good math.
younger than me.
too.
Wait,
10 years younger.
I thought you were 4. Okay, I'm
No, you and I are the same age.
Yeah, that's right. You, me, and Kelly are the same kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm a little bit younger than you,
Mhm.
I think.
Well, I'm a lot
Like
younger.
a few
Yeah.
months.
How old are you?
She just turned 40.
No, 41.
41.
God, get off the set. Marcus, how old are you?
31.
Oh, you really
you're
have
the
to
young
go.
buck over there.
I could be your mother.
Marcus is my personal trainer over at Turf Fitness. So we needed a model. And I called my trainer. I'm like, I need any hot guy.
Wait, is he like the bartender? Like,
Well, he's supposed to teach us, kind of like give us some training tips and stuff. But right now he's just standing there looking hot.
He's also good if you've got a question or
Yeah,
you're
he's our
talking about
Googler,
something,
too, with
he can
Andrew.
Google
yeah,
things.
but he has his shirt on.
Well,
That could be changed.
okay, so we wanted them all to have their shirts off. And then girl over here.
Not me.
Christina's like, those guys in the background are terrible. Get rid of the guys. I'm like,
were.
Well, that's
The little boys.
Yeah, but that's different because the other
Oh,
boys,
yeah, they were young.
the other boys were too young. Lisa
They had,
is
like-
somewhat age appropriate.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. I mean,
yeah, well, I mean, okay, so everyone's like,
California
you're copying Andy Cohen, is what she's like.
That's what I said, yeah. Well, that's why I asked, because it reminds me of the bartender at Watch What Happens Live.
that's what you were going to say.
But even
wasn't it?
before I watched What Happens Live, I wanted a hot guy on my set. fanning, but he's not fanning. I thought, well, that's demeaning. So
You're objectifying him.
okay. So I was realizing I was going to do that. So now I'm respecting, and they're all wearing
That's
clothes.
why you gave him a
I
job.
don't
You
think
call
he
him
minds.
the Googler.
Yes.
To give him some legitimacy.
I don't
You're
think
like,
he
he's
minds.
the Google guy.
Okay. Well, anyway, I thought adding health and fitness and wellness into because he works at Turf Fitness, that it would be a good thing that it's not just models standing there fanning us, serving us drinks, that they actually had a purpose.
Right.
So
He's smart.
On a couple other episodes, we're going to have him show us how to what are you going to show us do?
A lot of different things. We're going to be working out. What else do I do? I'm also a Wim Hof
What
instructor.
kind
We'll
of
do some.
podcast is this?
Are we going to be stretching?
We're still trying to figure it out.
What's going on?
Mishmash.
We're hoping to get a daytime show one day so that we can actually show segments like cooking segments, workout segments,
We're gonna
product
start
segments.
cooking? No.
I love it. Okay, so what's her name from New York? Shows the eating all the time, the cooking. She did
Bethany?
Bethany Frankel. She always does
Oh.
cooking stuff, and
She does?
yeah, she's always eating something, showing you how to make stuff.
Or harassing Chanel. You know?
Same
oh
thing.
my god,
Whatever.
when she pissed off Chanel.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that?
I did, yeah.
And what happened with that?
Nothing. I mean, she just basically posted a few videos. Like, she posted a video of her going back, and they let her walk in because she was all dressed up and she wasn't like in her workout pants or whatever.
Mhm.
She looked the part, basically. And so she was trying to say, F you guys. You guys didn't let me in
Right.
because I didn't look the part.
I don't know. What do you
Big
think about
mistake.
that, though?
You know, I think that was sort of a mistake to diss a brand like that, especially, I mean, you could do that with Louis or something or Gucci, but not like Chanel's at a different level.
But do you think it's okay for, because to me, it was like a good social experiment, you know? Like if I showed up looking like this right now, they probably wouldn't let me in. But is it
Yeah.
okay that they
No.
look at, like,
Oh,
what do you
you're
think?
right.
Like, is it okay
Yeah.
that they look at someone
I see what you're
and
saying.
think, oh, well, she's not dressed, she doesn't look like she has money, so we're not going to open the door. Like, is it okay for them to be judgmental based upon someone's looks?
No.
The Pretty Woman thing.
It's,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite scenes when she's like, big mistake, huge mistake,
Yeah.
and she's got all these bags.
I think that's very inappropriate. And I okay, so now I understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to Los Angeles and try and shop, or used to, they're so arrogant in restaurants and shops that it would drive me crazy, because that was just the attitude, especially also in France. They're the same way. They just have that attitude of, I'm better than you. You're just here. Ugh, you want what? Ugh, unless you look the part.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand that. So you are right.
Mm-hmm.
She was 100% right to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, in my opinion, I don't like, if I'm a customer, I'm paying, I can look however I want. If I want to feel comfortable, let me feel comfortable. What do you think, Christina?
I totally agree. I mean, back in the day, I used to work for Saks Fifth Avenue, and it was like a long time ago. But so it would happen a lot. Like, people would come in, and like, so based on, you know, what they look like, some of like the other employees didn't want to help somebody because they thought they weren't rich or they didn't have the money to shop, you know? I mean, I didn't care. I was like, a sale is a sale. Whoever wants to spend money, they can shop with me. But like, it happened once, and it was Maria Shriver. And I didn't even know it was her because she was like really, really dressed down. And like, when I was done helping her out, I figured out it was her because somebody told me. But I mean, you know, I helped her like I would have helped any other customer.
Yeah.
Well, I always think about my mother-in-law. Have you ever seen my mother-in-law? Like when she's not dressed up, like
Yeah.
she'll go out and she wears socks and wedges. And like, I mean, you would look at her and think
Socks and wedges?
Yes, she does that all the time. She wears like black socks and wedges. But I mean, you know, without my mother-in-law being like all glammed up,
Yeah.
like she dresses very down when she's just out
Yeah.
running around and going to the gym, and she and my father-in-law go out to eat. And I'm just saying, if she walked in Chanel, they'd kick her out,
yeah.
you know? But
Yeah. In Orange County, we all dress down. We all, there's not really a city here. We don't have a restaurants. Like, we have spread apart restaurants that we can go to, but we don't have, Los Angeles has city, like a city feeling. We don't have a city here. So we have wealth in Orange County that you can't even tell they do dress down. So Bethany is right. I mean, you know, they have a big, you know, city that obviously you could dress up anywhere. They were being, what do you call it? Prejudice? What do they call that?
Yeah.
judgmental,
Judgmental.
prejudice.
But I do think as well, like
They were
since,
discriminating.
and like since COVID, people have gotten definitely more casual. But
Yeah.
also, when you do work in a store and people are taking your time, and they're not going to buy something, or they can't afford to buy something, and then it's window shopping. I do see the flip side. If you're a small boutique, if you're a large department store where you're not on commission and there's lots of people to help, if you're a one-on-one environment, someone's coming in, taking up your time, they never had any, they're not going to buy anything, so you're wasting time with other customers. I do understand that concept, but you should never stop serving somebody. But it could be maybe a few questions. What you're here looking for to buy?
Do you have money?
Do you have money?
Can I see your statement?
tax return?
What's your credit
What
score?
credit cards are you shopping with today?
What's your zip code?
But also, it comes on the tail of body positivity. You know, talking about how just accept everybody for who they are, and then you walk in looking casual, and that's not accepting people for who they are. That's literally judging and discriminating against somebody because of who they are. Like
what they look like.
It's sort of kind of an ass backwards thing.
I kind of understand why they would want to do it, because you only have so much time in the day.
Yeah.
All those
your
employees
job.
are making commission, and if they would let anybody look like anything, it would look like a Sears just crammed full of people window shopping and destroying the image, and then the people that are spending all the money would be not willing to go in there to spend the money. So you got to create an ambiance, just like you can't go into a golf course and look ratty when it's really nice. It's just,
Yeah.
I get it. They should be better at it, but I completely understand why they do that.
But they straight up like made her wait in line, and like, because she was like really dressed down, like, and so basically, but the next day when she came, they didn't even make her wait in line, nothing. It was like, oh, come on right in. And, they accepted her. I mean, listen, if you're an employee of a store and your job is to sell something, then that's your job. Like, it's not your job to judge somebody based upon what they look like,
But a salesperson, that's what they do. They have to. The best salesman can see when somebody's going to waste their time and when somebody's not, and they got to try.
That's different.
You
but
got to
no,
do it again.
Mark Zuckerberg looks like crap.
Yeah.
But then
And he's rich.
but he's famous, and then
What I mean is he wears like, I guess what I was told, he wears like Target stuff.
yeah. But
if you took Trump out of a suit and put him in sweats, no one would serve that guy.
yeah, but that's the way it is. That's why I guarantee Mark Zuckerberg makes sure that people know him before he comes in, so that way he doesn't, because
Of
he
course.
would be just denied.
he's making phone calls.
I think the answer is definitely no, you shouldn't judge on someone, but I do understand the thought process behind people when they're like, this is going to take up 30 minutes of my time, not going to buy anything, and now I'm wasting other clients coming in. But there's got to be a better way that they judge it.
I mean, if you've got 100 people that buy stuff and only 2 of them are dressed down and everybody else is dressed up, then that the high percentage, if they're dressed up, they're going to buy something.
Okay,
I
so
don't know their numbers.
here's my question. Let's just say we got to dress down. We got Ben Affleck going in with J-Lo. Do they make Ben Affleck wait because he looks like shit and we let J-Lo go in?
Too famous.
Just kidding.
You recognize it.
What is going on with them, by the way?
They're divorced. They're splitting, divorcing now.
Yeah,
right?
but then there was some speculation that they were seen like at the Beverly Hills Hotel, right? Like recently,
Oh,
like
that's right.
with like a lot of PDA or something. So I don't know. I have no idea.
I get it. I mean,
You get it?
Yeah, I know. I get
You
it.
get it, Andrew. I just
You break up with somebody and you're like, I'm really bored and lonely. Oh, then they're not. And you know them and you get along with them and
It's
you
safe.
understand. It's
Yeah.
safe, comfortable.
Okay, that's what's happening with Brad Pitt's new hottie. Did you see her new hottie? Or his new
No,
hottie?
no, I don't know who that is. No.
Oh, he's got some young, beautiful brunette. She doesn't look like, she's just normal looking, but she's gorgeous. And
What's
he's,
the
Were you like
story?
Googling him? I was
well,
like,
he's
nobody even
30
talks
years
about that.
older than her.
Of course he
Or
is.
20 years or something. Shut up, Andrew.
Marcus, pull her up.
Yeah,
Let's see,
pull
let's
up.
see.
What's her name?
Pull up what's her name?
Yeah, pull up.
Oh,
pull
yeah,
up,
you
pull up.
You make sure it's Google. What's her name?
What's her name?
Brad Pitt, what's her name?
Yeah, well, actually, we should see what that.
But I
pulls
mean,
up.
I think there is a trend with just being casual, being yourself, this whole dressing in all the designer wear isn't really, which is great for me because I just don't. I mean, it'd be great just to have like,
We know.
Shut up, Miss Designer everything.
No, I didn't say that.
But no, I mean, I think there is that trend. I mean, if you could dress in casual wear every day, wouldn't you?
I do.
in fact,
I do.
the other day I was supposed to meet Emily and she was so busy. So she was like, hey, can we possibly just move it a different day? And I was like, I'm only mad because I put makeup on.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I was mad, because I left my house with makeup on. Normally I don't put makeup on. So for me, I was like, I put makeup on for like 30 minutes. Damn it.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry. Who is Brad Pitt's?
Inice de Ramon,
Ooh,
31,
sounds very-
Sounds hot.
Can we see a
31
picture
years
of her?
old.
Just show it to the camera.
I want to see her first.
Don't have any naked pictures on there, right? Okay.
No, do not.
All right.
She is casual.
Yeah.
She's cute.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Small boobs, yeah.
They're really low down.
Cute.
Want to see her?
Sure.
She's cute.
Okay, so my question is, okay, let's talk about, I'm really curious since, I was on the Housewives, she's on the Housewives. We're going to talk about the other franchises because for me, I feel like they dress up like Mormon, not Housewives,
City.
but what's the show? The Mormon Wives.
The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Okay.
Yeah.
So Housewife franchises, the women dress up. Like they're all keen. And now you got these other franchises kind of coming out with like different shows like that. And do you think like, are we all overdoing it on camera? Should we all continue to dress up or what, Christina? Like, they dress up. They don't dress up that much. They all wear like Mormon outfits. So they don't.
Well, no,
Wait, what are Mormon outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show?
No, those girls are all like
Curtains.
super young and they're like dressed like very like their age, like super, kind of like
So when we
trendy
get older,
jeans,
we
crop
dress
tops.
up?
And look, you dress for the occasion, depending on what you're doing and where you're going. I mean,
Okay.
I think the women on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Well, first of all, my toxic trait is thinking I'm the same age as all of them because I watch it and then I'm like, oh, I could be, and then I'm like, oh, I'm older than Taylor's mom, clearly. But I think that it's hair that's like a big thing. They all have the hair
long hair.
extensions.
Yes.
We're talking like
Down to the butt.
Here, it's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if it's bad. I mean, it's just
a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of hair.
So
I did notice
So they obviously have stylists and everything, just like everybody else does.
Well, just a
one
good
of the
hairdresser.
one of the girls owns a salon and a
Jizz.
extension line. Yeah.
What's she called?
It's called Jay-Z, but it's like J
Oh.
and then it has a line and then Z.
She-
so
I don't
it
know
looks
much
like
about it.
Jizz.
You
She
should
should have
watch
done some
it. It looks
marketing
like
on
jazz.
that.
It looks like Jizz
Little
salon.
bit of
Yeah.
research.
So tell me about this Mormon thing. I haven't watched. I've seen a couple, but not like I'm
I've
not
only
really
seen a
into
few,
it. So
too.
what is going on with the show?
Well, I saw all 8 episodes because
Yeah.
well, I had to recap it with Teddy because Teddy and I have a podcast. But it's also interesting for me because my husband is Mormon. So
That's right.
Yes. So actually I am a Mormon wife.
Wait a minute, you are a
I don't know if I have a
wife.
secret life, but I'm a Mormon wife. Well, I'm not Mormon, but Shane's Mormon. I don't know what I am, but I don't know. I tried to get Shane to watch it with me because I really wanted his perspective, but like he's not even interested in watching it. So his perspective is they're just not really Mormon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get that. Well, first of all, my first thought about the show was I felt like it was a bait and switch because everything that happened with Mom Talk and on TikTok, and then when Taylor came out and said it was like this whole swinging scandal, and then they made it into a show, I feel like it was marketed as it was going to be about the swinging scandal.
Like all of them together. Right.
Like all
That's
these
what I thought,
women
too.
that were
Yeah.
involved in the swinging scandal now have a show and there's 8 episodes. But then when you start watching it, you realize that the show isn't about any of these women that were involved in the swinging scandal. It's like completely different women.
Wait, is the swinging scandal an actual scandal? Or is it just because a man has multiple wives?
No, that would
No,
be
no.
that would be fundamental more.
That's
Yeah.
fundamental
or
Mormon,
a different
'cause,
show.
That's Sister
But
Wives.
That's Sister Wives, yeah.
Yeah, because I watched Sister Wives. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But no, this was an actual scandal.
Yes.
Like a year ago, right?
She basically went on Instagram Live and then started talking about like her like participating in these swinging parties and stuff.
Mhm.
And yes, like me watching it, I thought, oh my God, like you're gonna see all of these girls and like they're all like gonna be
Right.
swinging. And no, it
No,
wasn't like
that's
that.
why I said I thought it was a bait and switch.
Yeah.
But then the show ends up actually being really interesting. There's 8 episodes and it's all centered around these mom talk. Like I don't
Yeah.
even know how mom talk came to be, but all these influencers in Utah that are all Mormon all got together and started making content
Videos,
together, which was really a smart idea because they all have their individual platforms, but then
Mhm.
together it was a better way for them to grow, their individual platforms. And
Andrew,
I was
we need to
like,
watch this.
we
I'm
need
good.
to
They're basically
housewife
like
talk.
doing the
Yeah. Individually and then
Right.
together.
I was in Salt Lake City the other day, and it's a very interesting city.
Wait, you know a Mormon?
No,
I know one. I know one.
she's not
You
Mormon.
get a gold medal.
She's
Oh my God.
she's from Utah, but not Mormon.
But her dad's Mormon, right?
No. Her whole
Keep
family
going,
is Christian,
Elizabeth. I know you
but
want it so bad.
going there, it's
She has
interesting.
a cousin that's Mormon.
She's
right?
and her friend.
We
Maybe
know a
it's a
Mormon.
dog.
I'm like,
Maybe it's the dog.
It is a beautiful city, though, and it's the cleanest place I've been to in a very long time.
Yeah.
So is
They-
Shane? Does he practice Mormonism?
Yeah, he does. I mean, he goes
So
to
what
church.
is that?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. I mean,
So you don't know what does he do? Is it a religion? Does they pray thing or what is Mormonism?
Wait, that is like a huge question. That's like asking, like, can you explain
Okay.
9/11 or something?
I just thought because
So he's a practicing Mormon.
They don't
He
practice
is,
multiple wives
He's a
anymore.
practicing Mormon. Yes,
No, multiple wives thing has been
No, that's-
banned by the church for a long
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
Even the
they-
Mormon church.
Yeah. I mean, the people that practice, I mean, if there's polygamy out there, it's not sanctioned by the church. Those
Anymore.
are
Yeah.
individual sects that are doing like their own thing.
And to be honest, a lot of religions used to have multiple wives. Judaism had multiple wives. It was a thing because it's such an old religion.
You get a
that
bunch of guys who
it's-
make some rules and they're going to say,
Of course, they're going. Yeah. So, but that most religions have completely cut that out. It wasn't
Yeah.
just the Mormon.
Was that
church
why
had
one
that.
wife does everything these days? And they're like, well, just
"Get
be
more of them."
happy. And she's like, and you want me to look pretty? And you want me to look skinny? And you want me to have your children? And you want me to go to work? And you want me to be dual income? Oh my fucking God. So one wife's not so bad, right? I think that's a good idea.
Well, I don't think Shane could handle more wives.
No,
I mean,
you have plenty of
I,
wives,
yeah,
Shane.
I feel like he's got his hands full.
Yeah.
So. Okay, has anyone watched the Menendez Brothers on Netflix?
Oh,
like
my
the
God.
new one, The Monsters. Have you
Yes,
seen that one?
No.
I have the whole thing.
Okay, because when the whole Menendez Brothers thing broke in 1989, I lived in Ohio. That's where I'm from. But I was obsessed with it. I think I remember watching the trial on court TV because for me, being in Ohio, first of all, like 90210 was a huge show.
Yeah.
Around that time frame. And so I was obsessed with anything that was like Beverly Hills because it seemed like a completely different world, right? I'm in Middletown, Ohio. So,
Yeah.
and I was really into the whole thing. And now that they've come out with this new take on it, I find it really interesting because they've implied, if you've watched it, they make the implication that there was something sexual between the brothers. And I was like, where did
Really?
that
That's
come
what I
from?
thought. They're in love with each other.
Yeah, and they've shown there's scenes in it where it's like they're in the shower together, and I'm like, is this someone that just took
They're creative.
just had a creative vibe and just was putting that in to make it more salacious?
What's
Or
the age
is
gap?
they're only like 2
They're
years
2
apart
years
or
apart.
something? Yeah.
And so why was the one guy bald? Did he have an actual disease or because remember like he had these things in his head where he had a toupee on. What was
Yeah,
that?
I don't know. I didn't know if maybe he had alopecia or something, but for one brother to have a full head of hair and the other one to like be bald, which I never knew until I watched this most recent one where it shows
I
the
didn't
dad
either.
or the,
The dad
mom
rips it
the
off.
toupee off, and I didn't know that. And then when he's like talking to his attorney, he's like trying to talk about legal things, and he's like, "Yeah, I need tape for my toupee," and he's like,
Yeah.
like tape." And I'm like,
do they now have you seen the recent photo of them? Their mugshot? I guess they were just put in the same prison together
Mhm.
recently and they might be acquitted, which is just probably hearsay, but they don't look like each other anymore. So my question is, did they do a DNA test to make sure they were both related? Because remember, one was hated and one wasn't by the dad.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you feel like that? Like Kitty had an affair?
Yeah.
Stepped out.
I think she stepped out because one of them, I looked at both of them, they do not look like each other
Mhm.
and they look like
That
two different
happens.
dads.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's so many things in this new Netflix documentary that make
Oh, it's juicy.
or I don't even know if it's a documentary you would call it that. I don't know what it is.
Dramatization.
Yeah.
Kind
But
of a tell all by a producer.
yeah, I know the Menendez brothers. I did read an article that said that they were speaking out against it, saying like it's very inaccurate and like they don't,
Because they weren't interviewed for it at all.
right,
Yeah.
right.
God, well, that whole documentary is freaky. I mean, first off, just even thinking they're going to get acquitted, regardless if you were sexually abused by your dad, you walked into a house, shot your parents dead with shotguns.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but
But then they went on like a spree.
they went on a shopping spree.
They like bought Rolexes and were staying at like the Beverly Hills Hotel.
getting
and-
like, yeah,
How long from when they
doing
were,
blow apparently.
from when they killed their parents to they got caught or arrested?
I don't remember exactly. I think it was a year maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Is
was
that
that
yeah,
long?
they blamed it on the mob. They blamed it on a mob hit.
Yeah.
Oh, so everybody knew that the parents were dead, but nobody accused them of anything for a while.
No, it wasn't. I believe it was because they were having all those sessions with the psychiatrist and they admitted to the psychiatrist that they had killed their parents. Then the psychiatrist told the woman he was sleeping
Yeah.
with and told her name was Judalon. And then she
Yeah.
went to the police, but it was
Because
whole,
the guy she was sleeping with, the doctor, pissed her off. So she was like, well, screw him.
I thought he asked her to go, but he had to tell her to say that she overheard it and not that he told her, because there's the
He'll get, but that's
HIPAA violation.
but
the confidentiality.
Yeah, but not when it
not when it comes to life and death.
not when it comes to someone in danger, endangering yourself or murder. That
Well, I don't know.
Maybe they changed, but this is in '89.
This is 89. I don't know.
This is
the
a long time
exception.
ago.
Yeah.
And when the
That's so
Kardashians
crazy.
changed that rule, when they started talking,
can you
Kanye
imagine?
and Kim, apparently the Supreme Court made a ruling that now your records can be put out there.
No, I thought that was.
it's going to be before
no, it
the
was
Kardashians.
Kobe's wife.
Was it Kobe's wife?
Yeah,
that it
because remember
was?
they were trying to subpoena her therapy records so they could prove that she wasn't distraught about the pictures that they posted.
Oh, that's right, because she sued.
Yeah, because she sued. They were trying to use her psychiatrist
Mhm.
as leverage, which is crazy. It makes you never want to go to a psychiatrist again.
No, but
Right.
that's also different. That's different. The rules are if it's you're harming yourself, harming other people, it's illegal.
Oh yeah, but
But everything else is kept in the vault.
but
So
not when it came to
when it comes to the court case.
court case. They were able to subpoena her psychiatrist records, which is crazy. I didn't know they
Yeah,
could do that.
I don't think they should be able to do that.
No, God, no.
So now with all, I mean, those brothers are just crazy. I mean, I don't think they should get out.
How old
I mean,
are they now?
No.
They've been in there 30 years now.
Mhm.
So
I
what
think
they're-
they were like 18 and 21. when
Yeah, they're like
were-
probably around 50, 40
50,
something.
50 in their
in their
early
50s.
50s.
Yeah.
Early
Yeah.
50s.
But they, I still, regardless, you shoot your parents like that, you need to go to
Yeah,
prison.
but also there's shooting someone, which is bad enough as it is, and then there's going on a shopping spree, living completely
Yeah.
guilt-free for a year. That's psychotic.
Okay, so think about it, Emily. I mean, you have kids, like they're gorgeous. What if they just went nuts one day and said, I don't like you? I mean, should they
Well.
go to prison for that?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Regardless if they say, oh, she put me on camera my whole life. I'm just tortured. I've been judged my whole life. And then they come out all weird and then they shoot you. They should definitely go to prison regardless of what you did.
Okay, now you have me freaked out.
Can I get a security guard?
Watching your eyes.
Like, well, because they want to blame, the
Should
kids.
I continue on with this reality TV career now?
Now my children
Now
are
I'm
in the-
questioning my career choices.
No, by then the aliens will take you up to space.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll be
fine.
good. We'll
Yeah,
be
I think you'll
Honestly,
be
though,
fine.
when you kill someone like that and then have no remorse, I feel that it's not just they upset me, it's an attack. They've got something wrong with them. So I think they would have kept on doing it.
Yeah.
You can't solve problems like that. That's not how you solve
Yeah, they would have just
problems.
started knocking people off like
100%.
mafia guys.
Yes.
I
I
mean,
mean, if they were getting abused, I get it. But then their actions afterwards.
They were old enough to leave. They were
Yeah,
18.
yeah, of
Leave. Go
course.
and make your own life.
Okay, but I know some people that because of things like that are broken, and they shouldn't have done what they did. But I can understand because nobody should have ever done that to somebody.
But both of the kids, I mean, you can
No.
get one messed up one. To have
Yes,
two?
you should.
So do you think the sexual allegations against the parents are true? Or do you think it was made up after the fact because they needed a defense?
It's convenient. It's convenient.
Yeah.
So if it's not true, then yeah, they deserve to rot. Even if it is true, they shouldn't have done what they did.
What's so hard about that is there's really no way to prove it.
no.
Of course not.
You know?
That's
And
why
the-
you'd use it.
And victims of abuse, it's sad because most people don't listen to them.
No.
So you're stuck today in the society of, do you believe the victim or do you believe the perpetrator, the supposed perpetrator?
Well, there's too many liars out there as well, which doesn't help, does it? So they've got to make sure that
the
the
crying
allegation-
wolf. What do you call it
Yeah,
when
the
they cry
crying
wolf
wolf.
and
Yeah,
they
cry
haven't?
wolf.
It's never happened to them
So they've
because
got
they
to
see
make
a
sure
trend.
that it's absolutely legit because you can completely destroy someone's life. I mean, I can go out tomorrow and say, so-and-so sexually abused me, and it's out there. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. That is still out there.
Yeah.
So
Well,
people,
you're a big advocate in supporting victims of abuse, and I think that watching that documentary really kind of, I watched it and I didn't know what to believe. I mean, I want to feel
If you were
like,
gonna,
I mean, I was a victim, so I kind of like, and nobody didn't believe me at first, so I get it. But then I'm like, did they use it for convenience as crying wolf? And it really gave me these weird feelings. Like that's why the documentary is doing so well. Because there's people out there that we all, you have trauma or no trauma. You just don't know what really happened. And the only two people left that do know are those two.
they've got everything in the world to say that it happened, even if it didn't. So.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you
You're
got-
never going to know the truth.
Never going to know the
If you,
truth.
if you are going to be that stupid and you are going to hurt somebody who did that to you, give yourself some evidence so at least people have your sympathy. Even if you're in jail, at least you'll have
What
sympathy
year
for
was this
you.
that it happened? Did they have phones? They didn't have recording
No,
devices,
it was
right?
89.
89.
89.
There
Because,
were phones, yes. There were
but yeah, because people were
Not these kind of
Big
recording.
briefcases. You remember them?
But my,
Okay, let me ask the question though. So the house in Beverly Hills where this happened just recently sold for $17 million.
oh my
Who
God.
buys that? Someone crazy
That's my
buys
question.
that.
Would
What's
you,
psycho?
Could
Yes.
you live in a home
So
where
the house is still existing, like
Oh no,
same
the
way.
house is in Beverly Hills.
What?
I think it was worth when Jose Menendez bought it. I think he bought it for like 3.7 million. This is like back in the 80s. It just recently sold for 17 million. It's a huge, beautiful home in
So
Beverly
do
Hills.
you think it legit is $17 million house, or is it more because of its fame attached
Well, it
to
might
it?
have a little fame attached to
Oh
it,
my
but I'm
gosh.
sure it's
No, Death,
probably
it's
that's
got
what it's
murder.
worth.
No,
yeah, it's
but
got
it's
murder
still-
attached to it.
people are
It's
crazy.
a famous house, though. I literally was in LA the other day doing press, and if I would have had more time, I wanted to drive by the house. I wanted to see
To
it.
drive by?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
It's
wanted
like the
to do a
Cecil
drive-by.
Hotel. Drive by the
I mean,
Cecil
really,
Hotel.
I wanted to
and
knock on the door and ask if I
Menendez
could walk
brothers.
around, actually. But
So where did it happen?
yeah, it was in the TV room, so I wanted to go to the TV room.
Oh
now,
my
do
God,
they know that the
probably-
new buyers knew that
You-
this
you
was
have
the
to.
house?
Yeah, because you
I
have to
know-
disclose
the
it.
best buy
No,
where
you
they
don't.
bought it.
Yes,
So
you
I
do.
found out you only have to disclose for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So if someone dies in a house, you only have to disclose it for 3 years.
But
That
murders?
someone,
But
yes.
this one, I mean, this is something you can't, like,
Yeah,
everyone
it's a famous
knows
house.
it's the
I
Menendez
wouldn't have
murder
known.
house.
But what psycho is going to pay that millions of dollars
You
for
know
that
what?
house?
It could have been an overshore buyer who has no idea.
But nobody's owned it this entire time since the murders?
No, there's been other owners.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but I just know it just recently sold
But-
for 17
so then
million.
the house has been remodeled.
It's been remodeled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they,
it
doesn't
they cleaned
matter.
up the bloodstains.
that
Yeah.
spot right
probably
there.
like-
I'm a
But
energy.
my question is, could you live in a home where
No.
people were murdered?
No. In fact, when I'm house hunting, I even ask,
I
did someone
would-
die here?
I would own the house, but just to hope some ghosts show up. But I would never sleep there.
Yeah, I
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
either.
sure. I grew up in England. The houses are old. Old.
We have a lot
old.
of ghosts in England.
Yeah.
It's way
a
older
lot-
than here.
It's a lot. Yeah, way older.
You got way more ghosts
Way
in
more
England than
ghosts.
we
You
do.
guys have haunted house everywhere, and I accidentally stayed at one on
no,
hotels.com that I did not was haunted.
Whatever hotel you stay at, that's listed. So listed is as an old building that you can't change or alter. Whatever hotel, whatever mansion you stay at in England, that's listed. 1,000% murders there. 1,000%.
Murder
100%.
or death.
Everybody's murdered everybody
and
everywhere over
hundreds
there.
and hundreds of years old. Yes, you could stay at castle. You think no one got murdered in the castle?
Everybody got murdered.
Oh.
Everybody got murdered.
Did
in
anybody
castles.
gets
Castle.
murdered at Skibo Castle where we're going to
Everybody-
go?
Yeah,
I hope
everybody's
not.
been murdering each other in castles.
See, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
for-
the number one
for
place
hundreds
for
of years.
murders.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, well, there might be a murder at Skibo when we
Have
go.
you ever had a ghost encounter, like a real one?
No.
Andrew talks
No,
about
I did one time and it freaked me out. I was staying with my sister in Ohio and she had bought a house that was built in the 1800s.
See, people would die there.
Yeah. And I was staying in the bedroom and I heard it sounded like marbles, like a kid playing with marbles. And it got louder and louder and louder. And it was like right in front of my face. And I would sit up in bed and I would be like, stop. And then it would stop. And then I would wait a minute and then it would do it again. But it was marbles. You know that sound like when marbles
Yeah.
lost?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
clinking. The
It was
little-
it was
So
marbles.
you didn't see them, you could just hear them. It was
I
audible,
couldn't-
not visual.
I could not see anything, but it was a very
my
distinct
house.
sound of marbles very close to me. And every time I would ask to stop, it would stop. And
Did
then
you
it
do
would
some
start
research
again.
to see if
I just
anyone
was
else?
like, how old is this house? And she was like, oh, it was built in like the 1880s. And I'm like, yeah. it definitely was.
See,
my house is my
Back
house.
when all they had
the
was
time is
marbles.
audible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't ever see anything in my house, but I hear stuff all
yeah, what
the
is
time.
that? Tell a little story about what you heard at your house with Sam.
No, I just all the time. When I first moved into my house, I lived downstairs, and I'd hear people walking around upstairs all the time. And I'd go up there to talk to somebody, and there's nobody there all the time. I mean, I hear
Andrew's
the
going
water
crazy.
turns on. I'd hear the water turn on. I'd hear people going in and out the doors. The first day I ever moved into that house, somebody tried to open the back door, and I like literally moved in hours earlier. And I ran upstairs, which is probably from when they rattled the door to when I was at my back where you could see there's a window, was like 6 seconds because I was right at the bottom of the stairs and it's right by the door. And I looked out, there was nobody. And I've got this gate that in the back, it's really loud. There's no way you can get through it quietly. Didn't hear that. Ran to my backyard, nothing. You'd have to jump a fence to get there. And that was like an hour after I moved into the house. And it's still to this day, still does it. It's the craziest thing.
But does it freak you out? Like, do you get a weird feeling, or do you feel?
I'm used to it. Like, I think it's the coolest thing ever, because if I could get proof that there's something out there, that would be the coolest day of my life.
Well, Marcus isn't really here.
No, they don't see him.
He's a ghost. You don't realize you guys are actually physically.
But it happens all the time. Like, doors open, but they don't open, but you hear the door open. You know how your doors in your house sounds. I hear that just 2 days ago.
So you obviously believe in ghosts.
I mean, I do. I mean,
Christina?
Yes.
Do you believe in ghosts? That's a
Maybe
no.
a little bit.
A little bit.
I'm hoping.
Political.
I'm hoping.
I believe in all of it because I've been a strong believer in manifestation in my life, and I've manifested a lot.
I keep telling her that. Watch what you wish for.
I accidentally manifested.
manifesting.
Oh my God, I'm not kidding. So I don't really think they're ghosts. I think it's energy that you attract. And I think that there's energy that stays in certain areas. And whether you want to call it a ghost or not is a ghost. But for me, like when someone says God, I think, okay, spirituality, it's an energy that protects you. I don't think it's one person. I think man had to make God to be something that was there. But really, it's an energy field. So when you walk in and you say, oh, there was a ghost there, it was probably an energy person that was left right there or that's still there. Because manifestation of thinking, like I always thought, well, my life is the way it is because I manifest this. I want to be surrounded by positive people, good people. I want to be protected because I went through so much shit that I'm like, what is going on? I need. So when I hear all this weird, alien stuff now and this and this and this, I really think it's just
alien stuff.
Yeah, manifesting. Well, they say,
I actually do like aliens.
I'm hoping. I'm so hoping.
I can't wait to meet one. In fact, do you think they're walking around?
Yes, I think it's just energy.
They were at the Miami Mall.
Do you think Elon Musk is actually an alien?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
They were just walking around.
Emily was like, I wish I was there, damn it.
Yeah.
I so hope someday I get to see physically in the same room, not with a camera, not AI, just like physically get to see
Not
an
AI.
alien.
Right. Like, don't you have a bucket list of things that you wish you could find out for real before you die? Like, who killed JFK? Like, I would like to know that before I die.
Who killed JFK? Is there aliens?
Where's Jimmy Hoffa?
Where's Jimmy Hoffa?
Like,
I think that Beyonce is still she's not even real anymore. I think she's dead. So that.
Oh God.
I think she's a
She's a clone.
No,
She's a
no, I thought she was the
Not a
lizard
drone,
people,
a
whatever they're
clone.
called.
Yeah.
I thought she was a lizard person.
A lizard.
Oh,
person.
a lizard person.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
What's a
That's
lizard
right.
person?
So
You know
the
what a lizard
theory
person
goes,
is?
the theory goes,
Oh my God.
like
Because Andrew.
10 or 20 million years ago, they looked in the dirt, and if you were going to have a civilization that was 20 or 30 million years old, you would have no buildings, no nothing. All you'd have would be chemicals in the dirt that you cannot make. So they found a layer.
Scientology?
This is science. So there's a layer. There's a layer of dirt in the world.
Yeah, P. Diddy
that's
was there
all
with
around
Jay-Z.
that has
And
these
oil.
chemicals that are not natural. So they hypothesized that 30 million years ago there was a civilization, and if they were 30 million years ago, they'd probably be reptiles because that was a dominant species. So they evolved from reptiles. They got so advanced they left, and now they're back.
Did they skip over the dinosaurs?
No, they were living with the dinosaurs. They were living with the dinosaurs.
Oh, and
or
chickens.
the dinosaurs were just made up. I don't know. I've heard that one too.
Well,
And the Earth is flat. And we
back
didn't
on that
walk on
one.
the moon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, America
did
Emily
not
and
walk
I
on the
both
moon.
believe the moon landing happened.
I don't know.
I don't think it
know.
happened. There's
So
no
what
way
about-
it
Hearing that
happened.
a lot lately.
What about the India just released videos
Oh God.
and the pictures of the actual moon landings and all
Andrew,
the,
how
There's
can you be so
no
logical
way.
and be so illogical with the moon
That's
landing?
logical.
We did not land on
You
the
don't land on
moon.
the
Just-
moon.
you-
Are
No,
you
we
telling
didn't.
me that
Prove-
No, we didn't.
have
Prove that
not
we didn't.
gone?
Oh yeah, they
Where's the
called it
proof?
a dial-up phone from the White House. Hey, America, yeah, we made it, landed. What was
Where's
that?
the
Oh,
proof?
mankind.
All of our technology since then, we've advanced so
Didn't happen.
much since then, and we've never gone back.
Nope.
because
Never.
there's no
Never.
financial gain to going back.
I call BS. Are you crazy?
No,
Of course it's
where's the
financial
proof,
gain.
though? There's
So
lots of
what's
proof that
the
we
point of
went.
us
Where's the
going
proof
up
we
there in the
didn't?
first place?
Where's the proof that we didn't?
To say
Well, we're
that we
not.
did.
Where was the proof to say that we did it?
There's
Where?
the rocks. There's the pictures.
Oh, the
there's
flag
the
that's
camera,
not moving.
The flag. There's the video. There's
The rocks.
There's so much.
And they showed it
Oh,
filming
wait, the
underwater.
rocks.
It's
You're
underwater.
right. You're right. There's rocks. You're right. It
Okay.
happened.
What I'm saying is, where it's just kind of like the flat Earth. The flat Earth. There's never any proof that the Earth is flat. There's only proof that the Earth is not round. Just like there's no proof that we didn't go to the moon. There's only proof that they've discredited
proof.
the proof that we did. But where's
Someone
the proof
got a
that we
picture.
didn't? Where's the?
How do you believe we landed on the moon?
Proof that we didn't is 100% there.
Okay, I'm
There's
not
no
saying
way
that
a
the
rocket
chance is
could have
zero. I'm not
gone.
saying the chance is zero.
Is zero.
I'm just saying is that there's no proof that we
Listen,
didn't go to the moon.
America needs to be put on the map at some point. They're like, you know what? Let's just make it went to the moon. And America then, everything went amazing since then.
What would be the country with the
I
biggest
like
benefit if we
Jody's
faked it?
philosophy.
Russia. Why wouldn't they put it out there? Why wouldn't they try to prove that we didn't go? Because they would make us look horrible.
Says the guy who drove when we went to Scotland to the Loch Ness to Inverness.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
see
the
Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah.
because he
Did you see
believes
him?
in the Loch
No, I
Ness
did
Monster.
not. I was hoping, but no
See?
luck.
He's on the
what
moon.
monster?
The Loch Ness
The Loch Ness.
Monster.
We
were in Scotland.
I went to the Loch. The monster.
There's
in the Loch
that
Ness.
one black and white grainy photo of
Yeah,
like
and
the
it goes
neck.
like this.
And if you
This is
look
the
really
one.
I had to go
close enough,
see it 'cause it's
Bigfoot's in the
cool.
background.
Andrew drove his car. We were at the castle. Like he could have went equestrian, anything, skeet shooting,
Nah, I'm
whatever.
gonna go see
He's like, no,
Loch Ness.
I'm going to take the rental car.
I
and
would have
go
done the
see a
same thing. I
monster.
would have gone to Loch Ness
Loch
too.
Ness Monster is
Yeah.
the basically huge dragon snake looking thing that claims to have lived in the
It's
in
like
the
a
lake.
it's like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, and I didn't think I was going to see it, but I had to go see where it was, where the famous picture was.
Scotland
I
said
don't believe it.
America made out they went to the moon. Let's just make out we got a monster.
Yeah,
Let's
and,
get put on the map.
the Bigfoot, got
Yep.
No, but Emily, so when we go to Skibo, which we keep saying we're going to go eventually,
Yeah.
we're going to
we
bring
need to.
Gina
It's
too.
beautiful.
We got to go. There is Inverness right there. So we've got John Paul's Castle with Tameth Castle.
Just south.
So we're going to stay there. We're going to stop at Loch Ness on the way
I'll bring my camera.
to to Skibo Castle, Andrew Carnegie's home. We'll do
Yeah.
like the
Where people died or murdered.
Yeah.
Most likely.
What were they? We need
Most likely.
No, they weren't.
Oh my gosh, you should so do one of them things where you get the goggles and try and hunt ghosts.
at night?
Yeah, at nighttime.
Oh
It's like,
my
oh, did you
God.
hear that?
Because
Yeah, he's in.
I'm absolutely would love it. I know that they're I've never, besides my house is the only time I've ever we used, when I was a kid, used to go to went to this abandoned hospital and we were
I
hoping.
think someone died there.
I'm
for
pretty sure someone died there.
Yeah.
Nothing whatsoever. We spent all night in this abandoned hospital.
Wait,
Nothing.
when?
When I was a kid.
Did I?
No.
Oh,
This
thank
was,
God.
it's
I'm like, no wonder I have water problems. I got a water demon following me.
She is being,
I got
Wait,
water
what?
issues.
You can't
Yes.
just throw that out
So
and not carry on.
somebody cursed me with water.
so we don't
We
know.
don't know what it is, but every
Wait, are you both
estate
in on
that I
this?
ever have had has water problems.
No, literally everything she does, the only problem she's ever had with her properties or anything is water.
Major
the
water
craziest
So what
thing.
happened now?
We don't know. It just keeps happening.
I installed 4 air conditioning units in the studio. There's not even water barely in the sink.
Oh,
I'm trying
you
to get the
told me
landlord.
about that.
And then all of a sudden there's water gushing from the ceiling because the air conditioning unit was installed. And I'm thinking, how in the F does this happen that I have no water in my unit, but now I got, luckily it was over there. It wasn't on the equipment, but
Marcus,
I
can
had
you
water
Google
issues.
that? Is that a thing?
House
Water
Google
curse.
water,
curse.
water spirits.
her desert house is flooded like
All the
7
time.
times. Like literally. Have you ever heard of a
My
house
beach
being
house,
flooded?
the 2 doors on the top with the storms a couple years ago, bust wide open, $150,000 in damage. All the water came
Have
in.
you ever
when I
gone
was
to
in
a
town.
medium? Like maybe
She
you
did.
were.
Like, I don't believe in him.
Yeah.
I don't believe in him in any way, but I think she should.
I think she should too.
No, my Washington house. What happened there?
Yeah. It rained.
The water came down
and
off the mountain,
river
Yeah,
down the mountain.
yeah.
over the road into my property, all over my property. And then what else happened there?
If you keep
Pipes
talking,
burst,
no one's
water
going to give you
pipes.
insurance anymore. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be exempt.
What?
You're going to be exempt from homeowners insurance.
Yeah, they're gonna
pretty
watch this
soon.
and
They're
go,
Oh, I already am.
no.
I already
she's
am. They already won't insure my house in the desert. I had to get specialty insurance. I had to insure my
Because
house.
of water damage in the
because
desert.
of
That's
California's
brilliant.
Really
law.
hard
It's
to get
California's
home
rules.
insurance right now.
Yeah,
Yo,
all the
fires.
companies left.
Yeah.
Yep. California changed the regulations and everybody left.
But if you guys go to a California Fair Plan, you can get $3 million, their max, for any home for your actual building itself. And you can then rent
This
from.
sounds like an ad. You do
Yeah,
realize.
I know.
I was like, are you doing an ad right
And you
now?
know,
She's
by
a Mormonist
now,
for
we're
sex.
throwing.
now with Farmers Insurance.
And use code Elizabeth when you call.
No, but then also you can rent. You can put your house in an LLC and then rent from yourself and get 1.5 in liability insurance for that property. So you can cover yourself. You just have to do multiple different people right now, which is what I've done. So
Yeah, it's
Well, the water curse. Let's
we got
go.
it, the water curse.
We got
What
it.
is it?
So you either have a RHOC or a plural multiple. If you have multiple of them, a RHOC, which is a female ghost, a water nymph, or a succubus, or mermaid-like demon
Oh, I like that.
dwells in your waterways.
Wow.
A mermaid demon? That's so cute.
Okay.
Is she hot?
I know.
Shut up, Andrew. Wait, so how do I? Is she my friend?
Just between us. Is she
Yeah,
hot?
you're a mermaid.
Is this mermaid my friend or not?
No, she's
No.
not.
So I need to
She's
figure
not.
out how to
She
kill
is
her.
a mermaid demon.
Yeah.
She's ruining your properties.
Ruining
got a
your
fish
property.
How
head.
do you get rid of a mermaid demon?
You got to give
Who
her
would put
legs.
that
You
curse
got to
on
give
me?
her legs.
Give her legs.
Let's see.
She
She's
wants
screwed
to
over
take your
now.
Let's see
voice.
how to get rid of it.
How do you get rid
How
of
do we
her?
get
Come
rid of a
on,
mermaid
Ursula.
demon?
Come on, Marcus.
Ursula.
I need to know.
Ursula's scary.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid. I remember being a little girl. Ursula's scary.
Well, you found out that all those childhood books that they used to read us, like Little Red Riding
What's about
Hood,
death?
who was getting eaten by a wolf or whatever. I mean, they're all like weird stories that are really morbid.
Yeah.
So what about like Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and then he like fell off and cracked and died? Like
Had a big fall.
had a big fall. Then
and all the
Humpty
king
Dumpty had to put
soldiers
them
and all the
together
king
again.
men,
Yeah,
they couldn't even put them back together again.
Like these, we talked about this previously, but I mean,
And Ring of Roses was about the plague because they a tissue, so they were sneezing and they all fell down, they died. It's about the plague. They used to go in, so the Ring of Roses they'd put on your door to try and make you get better, and then you didn't do it, so you sneezed and you died. So that's that song, Ring of Roses. A pocket full of posies used to keep the plague away, and when it was too late, you died. And we used to sing that as little girls.
well, Emily, I know that you believe in all this. This is amazing. So how do I get rid of my mermaid?
Demon.
I'm blaming Verizon right now.
You have to
Oh, okay. So right now there's a whole outage, right?
Yeah.
So Andrew,
Yeah, I don't know. I woke up and my phone didn't work. And out of the 6 lines that are on my plan, 2 of them don't work, 4 of them do. And
your
so far-
Android.
Yeah. Well, there's an Apple and an Android right now.
And you choose to
My
be,
phone
and you
still don't
choose
have
to be
service.
Android.
So
I
who
know.
has Android and who has Apple right
I
here?
can't do Android,
have
and it
Apple.
bothers me when I'm in a group text and someone comes in green. I don't know what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
You know that's
Prejudice.
Apple's fault. You know Apple does that on purpose, right?
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Just
No.
be an Apple person.
I want a phone that doesn't suck.
Andrew's an Android
Oh,
person.
yeah.
You will never convince him.
Everybody, when you go Android, you don't go back, right?
Yeah, because it's a cool. I like it. I don't like phones at all anymore. They're all horrible and garbage. And
Oh, well, the new ones are coming
if it
out.
wasn't,
I know.
how about this? If it wasn't for Apple being so closed, I would probably switch to Apple because Google is turning more and more evil every day.
So here's what I think right now. I think the elections are coming up, and the elections are coming up. So what they're doing is, I guarantee it. Next thing you know, the next big push on how someone's going to win the election between Kamala and Trump is that there's going to be a cyber attack.
Oh,
We could all go down, and I'm going to save the universe. So both sides is going to find a way for cyber attack
COVID,
security.
and we've got the illness. Now we've got a cyber attack.
What I'm saying is there's going to be a cyber attack agenda on the docket right now. So now they're shutting down phones because they can't get you on your TV now. Now they're
My
going to try and
phone's
get you
working.
on your
They're
phone.
not
Yeah,
shutting
mine
them
does
down.
too.
Actually,
Yeah.
mine's
working fine.
And I'm
People
Verizon.
even-
Wait,
You know what? If you,
I have
if you,
T-Mobile.
how many Verizon phones that went out are Republican?
if you just get an iPhone, it would work. 'Cause mine's
I know what's going on.
Oh,
It's P. Diddy.
P. Diddy did it. P. Diddy did it.
Do you think like all that really happened? Was he really filming everybody?
yes.
Yes.
Really?
He's just freaky deaky.
So Freaky Diddy?
Freaky
So he was
Diddy.
doing an Epstein then. So do you think that
Sounds
these
like-
No, the
'cause
question
they weren't
is
little.
why was he filming everyone?
why?
That's the question. Was it coming-
Collateral.
Was he working with someone? Was he what's the reason?
Who was pulling the strings?
Who's pulling the strings? That's what I want to know. I don't think that he just came up with this idea on his own.
He
and
also
was
had over 700
stockpiling-
dildos.
Yeah, and
Good for
stockpiling
him.
all these videos.
Like, so have these videos been confiscated though? Like they know
Yes.
that there's videos. Okay.
And they also tacked into his home security cameras, right?
Yeah.
They've got all his home
And
security footage.
supposedly now they're for sale on the dark web, this footage. So they said that it
I
wasn't.
don't understand the dark web. Like, what is
Yeah.
that?
Andrew, explain
Okay,
that.
so the dark
Where do
web.
you get to that?
Of course,
So you-
Andrew knows.
She
Yeah.
wants to know.
Like,
So-
I mean,
Cool.
Links up below.
Don't tell Emily how to
So
get to the dark
how
web.
the internet works is you get a web, like Chrome, and that connects you to all the web pages.
Right.
Okay, and that connects you to the servers. Well,
You
the
get
dark
VPN.
web,
granular.
the dark web is an entire another internet that you cannot access without a different browser, and it's unregulated. The Chrome internet that you're used to is very regulated by the government and by corporations. But the dark web is basically right below it that you can't access it, not unless you have a different kind of browser.
So where do you just go to?
Yeah, what's the
like,
website?
No,
where do
you can
go?
just, you just-
Do you download
Yeah,
the
you just
browser?
download, you just like
Yes.
Chrome, you download
and
Chrome.
and Safari.
Yeah, you can download
different-
extensions.
So like I just Googled dark web and then I just follow.
Yeah,
Just
there-
do it
there's
on
di-
someone else's computer.
Yeah.
it will ruin your computer if you don't know what you're doing. So when you first start, you will just, it
I mean, I'm
literally
not
will.
actually going to do this. I just always wonder when people are like, "Oh, it's on the dark
It's
web."
it's
I'm
just
like,
a
I thought you wore sunglasses
I'm
and
like,
you like
where,
sat there.
like, where is this dark?
It's
You turn the
parallel to the
lights
regular
off.
one that you can't see. And the servers, because when I Google something, it connects to a server through my phone. Well, you have to have this, and it connects to different servers with different information.
Okay,
So,
so
there's also a VPN. So there's like a personal private server. So if I wanted to have my own server, I could do that. It comes off a Safari, and we could share our own private network. Like Netflix
Basically
has
a
its own
worldwide
private
private network.
network. So it's just another
so
universe.
Let's go back to the Diddy thing. Now, the dark web is selling these videos supposedly, and there's tunnels going to the Playboy Mansion where all this abuse happened. So, do you really think there's
Wait,
tunnels
what?
underneath the Playboy Mansion? Have you guys
Yeah,
heard
I'd
this?
imagine.
Yeah,
But it goes
there's
from
tunnels
PD's
under
house
the White
to the
House.
mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
why
these
not?
tunnels under all these cities really exist, you think? I've never seen one for real. Like I've seen them
I
on video.
don't
My
think- I
client's
don't
house has a
think-
tunnel.
Yeah, I don't think there's. Oh, is that from the top of the house, the blue one on the?
Well, I
water?
can't say who, but
Damn it, because I always go past it on the. On a
I know
boat
whose
and
house
think-
you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I know. But I think
I'm
don't.
just saying it's like a connecting.
I don't
like,
think
'cause
there's a
it's
ton
two
of
properties.
tunnels, especially in California because of the earthquakes. But most other places, there's tunnels. I mean, London's full of them. Israel's obviously
Yeah.
full of them. There's loads of underground tunnels.
So you think that all the stuff Diddy's, so you think it's real then? Because they've got all these, like, they're saying Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks.
No,
Innocent
I
until
think Tom
proven guilty.
Hanks. I don't know. I think Tom Hanks.
What
I
did
think
Leo
he's-
do? He didn't do anything.
I don't know. I think he was just a pervert, likes young girls. Not young. I think he just likes
Legally young,
girls.
legally young.
legally young girls want to hang out with him. So what?
But they're
Good
like
for him.
saying all sorts of crazy, weird stuff. And I don't know if they're trying to deter us. So, my conspiracy theory brain, what are they trying to deter us from by all the hundreds of bottles of lube and
Baby oil.
or baby oil? I mean, what are they? There's always something else going on in the
Yeah,
world.
what's going on in the world that
what
they're trying
else
to
is going
distract
on
us
in the
with
world that are
PDD?
distracting
You're saying
us?
this is a deflection.
Yes.
Like, woohoo,
Like,
look
what's
over
the
here.
Look over here. Look at this shiny thing.
Americans are like,
oil
oh,
bottles
look, it's
over here.
shiny.
And that's what 794 dildos. Just over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Why are they using him as a
As they're
deflection
passing
for what?
laws to screw us all.
I mean, without going full on in, I think Hollywood is a disgusting place. I think a lot of bad things happen in Hollywood. I think that
for sure.
we've watched and we've experienced these young kids that become famous. Like
Bieber.
I mean, and we all sat there and we watched this poor kid drive his Ferraris into walls, get DUIs, and we were here giving our opinions. And then when you look into how he was treated and how he got famous, that I believe that really happens. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
So I think that, yes, there's always a distraction. I think Hollywood's panicking a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if Diddy is commits suicide. You know, I think.
If he's suicided,
I should laugh
yeah.
at that. I'm laughing. I'm like,
But like,
I mean,
you know, I just think that Hollywood's a nasty
he's
place.
They
on
don't
a
have anything on
suicide
Clinton.
watch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
That's what they
He's
said.
in the same prison as Maxwell and R. Kelly.
I think they're all still alive
Or
when they say they
Clinton.
commit suicide. I think that they just go underground and then they have to
Oh, in the
disappear
tunnel.
for the rest
The
of their
tunnels,
lives.
right.
The tunnels,
The
yeah.
tunnels.
Tunnels just
Yeah.
full of like gross pedophiles.
What are these tunnels?
I think Michael Jackson's still alive too.
Oh, God.
Just so you guys know. I do. I think that
it's
Cher,
possible.
I mean not Cher,
I
but
think
did you see that one
Whitney
person
Houston's
that they
still
did?
alive.
Princess Diana?
They did
I'd
photo.
hope so.
Whitney Houston is still not alive.
I don't
lady.
think Michael Jackson's alive. I don't.
No.
I think, I wouldn't be surprised if you're that famous that we haven't created. Like, remember when Oprah tried to buy the whole Hawaii thing? They tried to buy all these islands so that, I mean, maybe all these supposed dead people need a place to vacation. So maybe they're trying to buy.
Elvis isn't dead either.
You guys sound crazy.
That's like back in the day when England shipped off our criminals to Australia.
Well, this is
We're
supposed to be
shipping
Girl
ours off
Talk.
now
Now
to Hawaii.
conspiracy theory. It's a little bit. Today was a little bit different on Girl Talk. We normally would be like laughing and talking about whatever girly, but Andrew and I had interviewed Emily for our very, very, very first show, so we thought it was just so appropriate to have Emily back, and Emily agreed to it. And I know you're busy right now,
No, that's okay.
and just you being here, and you look fabulous, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Can we touch a little bit on why you look so fabulous? Because
Well, I don't feel very fabulous right now. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, but
Well, your hair looks great.
I just got my hair colored this morning at 7 a.m. because that's the only time I could fit it in. So
yeah, I know you're busy, but also I think, I know that you're always working out. I mean, your Instagram, I love watching your videos. You're an inspiration to so many women. You're people in general, you're an inspiration. You look fabulous. I mean, Andrew, like you look good before. You look like great, like, you know. And do you feel healthy working out, or you're doing it for yourself, right? How important is it for you to do it for yourself versus just doing it for that camera?
Well, I've never done it for anyone else, not even my husband. It's always just been about myself. I mean, hello.
Okay. I haven't. I just started doing that. I have never. I've never done it for others.
I think someone like me, maybe that has, even like we always talk about how we have like some anger built up from things that we've gone through, like trauma that we've had growing up and not having the ideal type of family. And, you know, it really having a hard knock kind of life growing up. For me, the working out and lifting weights has almost been therapeutic. And then I do it so much that it becomes almost obsessive. And it's hard for me to not go to the gym because that's kind of like my safe space. And it's hard for me not to lift weights because that's kind of like a stress reliever for me. And so I think it's just a healthy way to de-stress, to be healthy, to fight, you know, anger. It's a good way to like let things out, even though I still yell at Shane and my kids all the time too.
I also think you're so busy with your career, filming constantly. Your podcast is doing great. Family. When you go to the gym, that's 1.5 hours that your phone's pretty much turned off. You listen to your music, because I know you love your music, and you just work out. And if you think about it, how many times do you sit for an hour, give yourself an hour and a half? You know, I mean, with 3 children, with doing all the different sports and school drop-offs and looking after Shane, that's a full-time job. It's hard. You know, so you've got a lot. You know, How
many children do you have with Shane?
3.
Including Shane.
That'd be 4.
But then, so you get an hour and a half that is you time. And that's nice.
And I think it's important. And when women say to me, like, how do you find the time? I'm sure everyone out there asking me how I find the time watches Netflix. So instead of that's where you find the time. It's priorities. It's not time.
Yeah. You squeeze it in. You just move something else. And sometimes you're at the gym in the early morning, lunchtime, or late at night. It just, it depends.
You have, no matter how busy you are, you've got lots of hours of the day that you need to relax. But if you can figure out how to relax at the gym, which is kind of what I do. Like this morning, I woke up late and I couldn't go in my cold plunge and I couldn't go on my run. And I'm like fiending after we do this. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. But that's good, because that's a good priority to have. Like, you're not having withdrawals because of cocaine.
Yeah.
Or meth. Like, you're having withdrawals because
I have a cold plunge today.
Right? Yeah. Because like I get withdrawals if I don't go to the gym. Like if I don't go a couple days in a row, like I don't feel good about myself. I don't like the way I feel. But that's a good withdrawal to have. You know, it's not
good addiction to have.
Right. Exactly.
Healthy. And you also said previously that you're eating healthier. So do you feel a difference in your mental state and your clarity, or because of the food, or what do you?
You know, I don't know. I'm still crazy, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's much mental clarity there, but I did change my diet a lot, and that happened after. And it's been like almost 2 years since I did Ozempic, but Ozempic had such an effect on my mental state and just my cravings. Like I had been in a habit of just eating all these different things, like having a croissant in the morning. And then I'm always busy. So I'm like, I'm going to grab something at Taco Bell. And then like all that stopped. And then I think I was just able to just readjust my brain. It's like, I didn't have that food noise anymore. So then it just changed and I stuck with it. I mean, it's hard. I'm not as thin as I was about a year ago because I was way more restrictive then. It was like no alcohol, no bread, no sweets, no nothing. But that's a hard place to stay in. So I'm probably about 10 pounds heavier than I was a year ago. Yeah. But it's okay because I feel like that's just where my body naturally
if you can
rests.
do it, if you can maintain it, and getting a diet, nobody ever stays with the diet. You got to make sure you change your life in a way that you can do it forever. And that way it's
so
where
I
you will
feel
be.
like I'm at a weight right now
you
where
shouldn't lose anymore, right?
It's where it's a balance. It's I can maintain
happy?
it. I still have a drink if I go to dinner. I still have I'll share a dessert with Shane. I'm not completely restricting myself, but I also didn't gain back 30 pounds either.
You didn't like yo-yo or whatever they call it.
Right. Like it's been about the same for about a year now, but
I think it's hard in America, and I know that I haven't lived in England for a long time, so it's hard to know what England is like, but in America, I feel that everything is so convenient. Everything's a drive-through. It's so convenient to quickly go and pop to get something. But everything that's convenient is so unhealthy. I mean, so, you know, when you're hungry and the kids are hungry, but you've got to get them to sports, that it's the most easiest thing to pop through McDonald's, pop through.
Do your kids eat healthy?
No.
No.
I mean,
Annabelle's good.
Keller is good. Keller will eat anything. Annabelle prefers, like, because she's 11. So for her, she's like, she wants to go to In-N-Out. She wants to go to Chick-fil-A because that's like what everyone does. And that's what her friends are doing. So it's hard for me to say no all the time. So it's like, that's a balance too, where I let her do those things, but then I try to get her to eat fruit at home when she's hungry. And I try to always have a ton of fruit in my house. And turkey, and
just something where they can
turkey
grab.
and fruit. That's really, you know.
But it's hard because your kids have so many sports. You get them from school, after school clubs, then they've got a sport, then you've got this little gap in between. And in Orange County, everything's 30 minutes away. So you can't go home to go back out. So you have this filler time.
Yeah.
The kids are hungry. What are you going to do? Take them to a drive-thru.
Right. Yeah.
Well, feeling good in your clothes. I lost that 50 pounds. I tried the Ozempic. I lost 20 pounds on it, but I was throwing up. And I discussed this previously. And then I went on Mounjaro, and I haven't been able to lose weight since right before my divorce, during my divorce, anything. And then I went to Dr. Barkey and I did the compounding pharmacy trizepatide with another compound in there so I don't lose the muscle. And I'm 139 right now, which is the weight I wanted to be the first time in 15 years because I'm eating healthy. I feel good. People were shunning me for doing that. I get it. Like, you know.
I don't get that.
Yeah.
I that drives me nuts.
Really?
Because you're talking about the weight loss industry has been a huge industry, $1 billion industry. Since the beginning of time. I mean, women used to take Trim Spa, women took Dexatrim, women fast, women, and then all of a sudden,
Hydroxycut.
There's something that works.
Actually works.
That works. And people are condemning it. It's like, that doesn't make sense. Women have been, and men too. I mean, we've been taking everything possible.
You're right. I never think about that.
Yeah, but why is it okay that someone, you know, in the 80s took Dexatrim and no one gave them a hard time about that?
Yeah.
You know, but all of a sudden.
Adderall.
Yeah, but you go to a doctor and a doctor does blood work and then a doctor says, why don't you try this? That works. And then you're shunned.
And then it works.
Because it never worked before. It never worked before. And we were just like,
because
they're
trying
crazy.
to say, like there's people who need the medication. Well, I think there's enough of the
There's
medication.
enough this
out
whole
there.
No, because the medication that they're targeting for as a diet medication is different, right? I mean,
it was the same thing.
But haven't
Not
they,
anymore.
Yeah.
But I believe it's been.
They've diverged. There's so much money
listen,
in it.
if there was, I don't know if there was ever a shortage of this medicine or what, but that's not a me problem. That's a supply chain problem.
Yeah.
Like if I go to Costco and there's no toilet paper,
Exactly.
like that's.
And that's not that person's fault because she just bought the last roll. That's the store's fault for not stocking.
Exactly. It's like, I'm the end user.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why, I just sort of came out on my podcast. I'm like, well, because everyone's like shaming, Ozempic. Oh God, Ozempic. I'm like, no, Mounjaro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because it's fairly easy.
People love to do it. They love to.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not
you've had
easy though.
backlash.
No, but
it's not
okay,
easy. And
but
that's why when people say it's cheating, it's like, first of all, there was nothing easy about Ozempic. It was very difficult. It made me feel like crap.
Yep.
It was
You couldn't
hard.
get out of
but-
bed,
No,
could you?
it made me
Meaning-
throw up.
Yeah.
What I mean in easy is there's a way now that you can, like Elizabeth, she's been trying to lose weight for a long time, trying everything, working out, and nothing would work.
I get that.
And then she took it
No.
now. So yes, compared
And
to what
you're-
the energy
you're
she had
off.
before, it is less.
5 miles a day. I was running 5 times a week. I was going to the gym. Nothing. I wasn't losing 1 pound. I was like,
No, I felt the same way. It was always easy for me to lose weight in my 20s and 30s. Even at 40, I was probably 10 pounds less than I am right now. It wasn't until about 42, I don't know what happened, but like I gained 40 pounds and I could not lose it.
yeah.
And no matter what I did, diet didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Working out didn't, like nothing made a difference. Going to a hormone doctor, doing lab work, everything. It was just, and it's so frustrating.
Well, it's very, very not frustrating for me now because I just took a shot.
You're still on medication.
Excuse me?
You're still on the medication.
Oh, yeah. I work out too. I do the same thing I always did. I run still. I take the take it every 3 weeks now. It's a trizepatide from Dr. Barkey. And I don't crave what I used to crave.
Is there a plan
I eat
to
normal.
come off
I even
it?
eat junk food every once in a while.
For now, no. The
no
short
plan?
term, you plan to stand on it for a while, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to take it every 3 weeks to do maintenance because
Well, I
it
don't
works
know-
for me.
Well, because I don't know if there's side effects. Like anything you put in your body, your body.
Alcohol has side effects.
You'll find. Well, hey, we'll find out.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I start twitching on camera.
We'll check back in a year and see what she's doing.
Your appendix, your liver, your kidneys, these are all other organs that are processing the. So
But
yes,
if you're overweight to the point you're still damaging your body anyway, so now where's the benefit? Okay, some
I was
people.
189. Now I'm 139.
understand,
You're
but
189.
now when you're down to your level, do you not now
So
come off?
here's the problem though: is going off your hunger. It stops your hunger and your desire to want the food. And as soon as you're off, your desire comes back and you're gaining weight right
because
back.
Emily said that that's one thing that really helped for her because her food noise stopped and she got in such a good habit of eating.
But
the
that's
correct
because
foods.
she's working out and the lifestyle changed is the reason why.
Yeah, I made lifestyle
Not
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if somebody like she doesn't have the time to spend that at least lately, and she's tried and it hasn't worked. So I get it why you would want to do that because it's like if you've tried everything, if you've never done anything and you've never tried to diet and you're like, I want to lose weight. Yeah, that's kind of the easy way out. Okay, but if you've tried your whole life to lose weight and you can't, and then there's finally something that can, and you might get side effects. You might get run over by a car tomorrow. So
Well,
That is
Dr.
such a
Barkey
different-
monitors me every
Yeah.
every 2 weeks. We do a test on everything.
Yeah,
I get
you-
blood
you-
work constantly.
Yeah.
He's like, he wants to make sure, like he believes in all of it, but he is monitoring his patients like crazy. It's not like I'm just taking a shot and going buying it on the black market and being like, stick that in my rear.
or the
Let's see
dark
what
web,
happens.
with your
The
sunglasses
dark
on.
web.
I'm skinny.
Yeah.
I'm the dark web. I'm the dark butt, So, Emily, thank you so much for being here today on Girl
Of
Talk.
course.
I know we're running out of time, but again, we have another from all of us to you, another little Tiffany gift because you're so
thank
special.
you. I love gifts.
This one, here, just take it down, pass it around. And Jody, we got one for you too because I don't believe you got one last time.
I did it.
You did or you
Thank
didn't?
you.
I left it here.
Oh, okay. We'll have it back.
Thank you.
You guys can open it later.
Thank you.
And we hope to have you back at some point after
Of
the
course,
season's
yeah.
over so we can talk about your experience this season on The Housewives. I
Yeah.
know it's a big hush hush today, which
It
is
is,
fine.
yeah.
We came up with every topic but Housewives to
Yes.
talk about. Hope you're proud of us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode of Girl Talk. Until next time, like, follow, subscribe, and support us on Patreon. Peace, love, and happiness. Thank you.